Okay, children. So in the last class, we have studied that this Dr. Sudhir, he just went to the journal and he informed everything to the journal. Okay. And what did the journal decided? The journal decided that he will send some assigns to some persons to Dr. Sudhir's house, and they will just kill that American and even take away his dead body also. Okay, so Dr. Sudhir and the journal, they made this plan. Fine, to how to get rid of this American. Fine. So now when Dr. Sudhir came home and he went to this American's room, what is there? He just thanked Dr. Sudhir for helping him and for saving his life. Okay. Sudhir slept badly that night. Time and time again he woke, thinking he heard the rustling of the footstep, the sound of a twig broken or a stone displayed in the garden, a noise such a man might make who carried a burden. Now what happened, children? Because the journal said that he is going to send someone at night. Fine, just to kill that American. So what is there now? Dr. Sudhir was not able to sleep. Again and again he was able to hear different noises. Okay, just like somebody is walking in the garden. Okay, somebody is carrying a burden, and some people are carrying a burden and they are going out of his house. He is able to hear all these noise. Okay, the next morning he made the excuse to go first into the guest room. If the American were gone, he then could simply tell Hannah. So that journal had directed. So what he decided in the morning, he first of all he just excused his wife by giving in certain excuse. He just went to that American room and he decided that if the American was gone, then he is going to tell Hannah about the plan which he and the journal had made. Okay, but when he opened the door, he saw at once that there on a pillow was a shaggy bone head. He could hear the peaceful breathing of sleep, and he closed the door again quietly. Now what is there? When he went to that American's room, what he saw, that his American was sleeping very peacefully. Okay, so it means the nobody came that night and the American was still alive, and he was still there in their house. Okay, perhaps Sudhir said with difficulty, sorry. He is asleep, he told Henna. He is almost well to sleep like that. Now, what did Sudhir, after seeing the person sleeping very peacefully, he said that he is now well. Okay, that's why he is sleeping so peacefully. What shall we do with him? Henna whispered in her old face. Now, again, the same sound. Okay, the same worry was there in the voice of Hannah, and she asked that what we are going to do with this. Okay, we have yet not decided what to do with this man. Sudhir shook his head. I must decide in a day or two, he promised. And what did Sudhir said? That don't worry, in a day or two I will decide what we are going to do with this person. But certainly he thought the second night must be the night. Now what did Dr. Sudhir was thinking, that journal and he had made a plan. So of course the first night nobody came, might be second night the journal is going to send someone to kill this person. Okay, there rose a wind that night and he listened to the sounds of the bending boards and whistling partitions. Now what is there? So there was a strong wind was blowing outside. Okay, so Sudhir was able to hear the voice of the branches. Okay, the noise made by the branches, and obviously the partitions. Okay, they were also whistling. So that voice he can hear. By why these things are happening, it is not happening because somebody entered the house, because of the wind. Okay, Hannah woke too. We ought we not go to close the sick men room, she said. Now by these noises, just Hannah woke up and she said that it's better we should go and close the partition of the sick men room. No, Sudhav said, he is able now to do for himself. Now what did Sudhav said? That no, don't go anywhere. If he wants to close, he is now that much able, he is now that much well, that if he wants to close the partition, he will just do it by his own. Okay, but the next morning, American was still there. What did the Dr. Sudhir? Why did Dr. Sudhir did not allow Hannah to go to that American room? Because he was thinking that might be if she is going to close the partition, then how will that? people will come inside. Okay, so that's why he said that not to do that. But the next morning, the American was still there. Now, when the next morning, Dr. Sudhav again went to his room, to this American's room, he's still there. Then the third night, of course, must be the night. What did the Dr. Sudhav said? That might be on the third night, the journal is going to send someone. The wind changed to quiet rain, and the garden was full of the sounds of dripping eaves and running springs. Now, what is there? On the second night, there was a strong winds blowing. Because of that, he can able to hear all the sounds. Now, what is there now on the third day? Okay, it started raining. Okay, and the raindrops which were falling on the ground. So Dr. Sudhav can hear the sounds of the raindrops. Okay, Sudhav slept a little better, but he woke up at the sound of a crash and leaped to his feet. Now he just slept, and what happened? He heard a sound that something is broken. Fine, and he just he woke up from his sleep. What was that? Hannah cried. Now, Hannah, she just shouted that, what was that? Okay. The baby woke at her voice and began to wail. I must go and see. And what happened when she shouted, when Hannah shouted that, what was that? What is the voice? It came right now. At that time only, what happened? The baby also woke up and the baby started crying. So, what did Hannah said? She said that, I will go and see to it, that what is there. But he held her and would not let her move. But what did Dr. Sudhak? He just held her hand and he said that, don't go anywhere. Sudhav, she cried, what is the matter with you? Now Hannah is able to understand. She is little bit trying to understanding this thing, that there is something going on. Okay, Dr. Sudhav is just hiding something from her. So she asked that, what is the matter? Why you're not allowing me to go there? Fine, don't go, he muttered, don't go. He said that, don't go anywhere. His terror infected her and she stood breathless waiting. Now what is there? The terror which is there in the eyes of Dr. Sudhav. Okay, it also affect Hannah also. She is now thinking that what is the matter? Why he is behaving in this way? Fine. There was only silence. Where they both waited for a few seconds and then there was a complete silence. Together they crept back in the bed, the baby between them. And what they did? They again, keeping the baby between them, they again slept. Yet when he opened the door of the guest room in the morning, there was a man again. Now on the fourth day, when he opened the gate, the man was still there. It means nobody came at the third night also. He was very grey and had already washed and was now on his feet. Grey means happy. Okay, he was looking very happy. Okay, he was washed up, he has bathed up, and he was standing on his own feet. He had asked for a razor yesterday and had shaved himself, and today was a faint color in his cheeks. Okay, a day before he asked for the what, for the razor, and here he had also shaved himself. He is bathed. Now he is standing on his own feet. It means he is completely well. Fine. I'm well, he said joyously, and with a happy mood, he said to Dr. Sudho. After seeing Dr. Sudho, he said that, now I am feeling very well. Sudho drew his kimono right over, round his very body. He could not, he decided suddenly, go through another night. It was not that he cared for this young man's life. No, simply it was not worth the same. Now, what is there? Now, Dr. Sudho, after seeing that person, for 3 nights he waited. That might be General is going to send someone to kill this American. But what is there? As General hadn't said send anybody, so the Dr. Siddharth decided that now I am not going to tolerate this thing for a single night. Okay, he decided that now I have to take a decision. I am going to take a decision to what to do with this person. Okay. Now he has also given an explanation to himself only, that it was not that he cared for this young man. The writer is saying it's not like that he is caring for this young man. The point is this, that he cannot go to the stress for one night more. Okay. You are well, Sudhav agreed. He lowered his voice. You are so well that I think if I put my boat on the shore tonight with food and extra clothing in it, you might be able to row to that little island not far from the coast. Now, what did Dr. Sudhav said? That you are well. And then he lowered his voice and said that you are so well that I think if I put my boat on the shore, okay, with some food and some clothes and some extra things, so you are able to row that boat to the little island. Which island he was talking about? Dr. Sudhav was talking about the island in the first class we have studied, that his father used to take into some island. Okay, So these are the small islands. Okay, so he was talking about these islands only, those islands which his father used to take him. So he was saying that if I put my boat on the shore tonight with some food and some extra things, some clothes and everything, then I think you are that much able and you are that much well that you will row that boat to the from the coast to that island. It is so near the coast that it has not been worth footpine. He was saying that it is so near to the coast, that islands are so near to the coast. Okay, nobody lives on it because in the storm it is submerged. Now he was explaining that why I'm telling you to go there, because nobody lives there. Why? Because when there's a season of storm, those islands used to submerge. Okay, but this is not the season of storm. You can live there until you saw a Korean fishing boat pass by. And he has given him the instruction also. He now Dr. Sudo started giving him instructions. He said that, see, this is not the season of storm, so you just stay on that island, okay, until and unless you didn't find a Korean fishing boat. Okay, they passed quite near the island because the water is many fathoms deep there. So he said that many Korean fishing boats used to pass very near to that island. So you will find a Korean fishing boat over there on that island. And until and unless you didn't find any Korean fishing boat, you just stay on that island. Fine. And the young man stared at him, slowly comprehending. Do I have to? He asked. Now the young man was staring at Dr. Sudo because Dr. Sudo is again saving his life. Okay, he was just guiding the American to just escape from here. Okay, in spite of knowing this thing that he was an enemy. Fine. So he asked that, do I really have to do this? I think so, Sudo said gently. Sudo said, yes, I think so. Now you have to do this. Fine, you understand it is not hidden that you are here. And he has also given an explanation that why I want you to do this, because it is not hidden that you are staying in my house. The young man nodded in a perfect comprehension. Okay, he simply said. The young man, he just nodded his head and he said, okay. Sudo did not see him again until evening. As soon as it was dark, he was dragged the Scott boat down to the shore and in it put food and bottled water and he had brought secretly during the day, as well as two quills he has brought from the pawn shop. Now, what is there? Now, after explaining him everything, Dr. Sudhir just left his room. Okay, when it was dark in the evening, that time Dr. Sudhir just took his boat and just tied the boat on the shore, and he has put in everything which he brought in the morning: food, water bottles, and your quills and everything. Okay, he just put everything on in the boat. Okay, the boat he tied to the post in the water, for the tide was very high, and what he did, he just tied the boat on the post. There was no moon and he worked without a flashlight, and that day there was no moon. So Dr. Sudhav had to work without a flashlight, because if he is going to use a flashlight, then what will happen? Then the might be the people is able to recognize, or they came to know that what Dr. Sudhav was doing. Okay, so he has to work everything in dark only days. So that's why he started doing all his work. He started tying his boat and putting all the things in the boat when it was dark in the evening. When he came to the house, he entered as though he were just back from his work. So Hannah knew nothing. Now what happened when he came to the house, inside the house? Okay, he just entered just now, as that he has just now he came. Okay, because he came a little earlier, but he was outside the house and he was preparing for. He was doing these things. Okay, he was just preparing the boat for that American. Okay, so what he did, he just came, and Hina, he don't know anything. He don't know about the sorry, she don't know about the plan also, what Dr. Sudha was planning. Yumi was here today, she said, and she served him supper. While serving the supper, and I was talking to Dr. Sudha, and he said that today Yumi came. Okay, though she was so modern, still she did not eat with him. Yumi cried over the baby. She went on with the sigh. She misses him too much. Now, what did she further said that Yumi was missing the baby. Okay, so she just came to meet the baby. Fine. The servants will come back as soon as the foreigner is gone. Sudhav said. Sudhav said that don't worry. When this foreigner is going to go from here, all the servants will going to come back. He went into the guest room that night before he went to the bed himself, and checked carefully the American's temperature, the state of bone. his heart and pulse. And what did Dr. Sudhir do? That before going to bed, okay, he went to that American room, and he checked his temperature. Okay, he checked this wound, and he checked his pulse and heart rate also. The pulse was irregular, but that was perhaps because of excitement. While checking the pulse, Dr. Sudhir examined that his pulse was a little irregular, but that was due to the excitement. The young man's pale lips were pressed together and his eyes burned. Only the scars on his neck were red. Okay, now his lips were pressed together, matlab he was not speaking anything. His eyes burned, his eyes were red, and the scars on his neck, the marks on his necks were red. Fine. So everything is okay. He can row the boat. I realized you are saving my life again, he told Dr. Sudhir. And he told Dr. Sudhir that I'm not feeling like so that you are saving my life again. Not at all, Sudhir said. It is only inconvenient to have you here any longer. Sudhir said that no, I'm not saving your life. Actually, it is very inconvenient for me, okay, to keep you here. So that's why I am doing this thing. He had hesitated a good deal about giving the man a flashlight, but he had decided to give it to him after all. It was a small, his own, which he used at night when he was called. Now, what is there? Dr. Sudhir had a flashlight, a small flashlight, which he used to be, which he used, okay, when he was being called for the emergency at night. So he don't want to give that flashlight to that American, but he did. He gave that flashlight to that American. Fine. If your food runs, now what is there in this paragraph? Dr. Sudhir, he started giving the instructions to this American. So he said that if your food runs out before you catch a boat, he said, signal me to flesh at the same instant the sun drops over the horizon. He said that if your food run, okay, if there is a shortage of a food, fine, and you didn't catch a boat, then do one thing, that just show me the light. Okay, when the sun drops means in the evening when the sun is setting. At that time, you just show me the light by this torch. Okay, do not signal me in darkness, for it will be seen. He said that never signal me in darkness. Why? Because it will be seen. Fine. If you are all right, but still there, signal me once. He said that if you are having food, you're all right. Okay, but you're still living on that island, then signal me once. You will be fine. You will find fish easy to catch, but you must eat them raw. He said that you will find fish very easily. You can catch the fish on that island and you can eat them, but you have to eat that fish raw, because a fire would be seen. Because if you are going to lit a fire to cook that fish, then the fire could be seen and you would be catched. Okay, the boy breathed. The boy said that okay, so he is ready to follow the instructions of Dr. Sudhir. He was dressed now in the Japanese clothes which Sudhir had given him, and at that and at the last moment Sudhir wrapped a black cloth about his blonde head. Now what did Dr. Sudhir do? He had given some Japanese clothes to this American, so he wore that Japanese clothes, and at the last, what did Dr. Sudhir do? He just wrapped a black cloth on his head. Why did Dr. Sudhir wrap the black cloth? Because the Japanese have a black hairs, and we have studied that this American has a yellow hairs. So it is not so. If in the light somebody in the through that searchlight, if somebody used to see him, so might for 1 second they will not able to recognize this person. Okay, that's why he put in a black cloth on his head. Now Sudhir said the young man without a word shook hand warmly and then walked quietly well across the floor and down the step into the darkness of the garden. Now Sudhir said that now you can leave. And what does this young man did? He just, without saying a word, he just shook the hand with Dr. Sudhir, and he just through the garden, through the way to from the garden, he just went towards the beach. Once twice Sudhir saw that that his light flashed to find his way. Now one or two time he just switched on his torch. Okay, that is just to find a way, but that would not be suspected. He waited until from the shore there was one more flash. Now what is there? Dr. Sudhir waited in the veranda, in the balcony, until there of course Dr. Sudhir has given him the instruction, and the instruction was that when he found the boat, on the show, he should he should switch on the light once more. So that is the thing. He has done the same. He just Dr. Sudhir was waiting in the balcony for the one more flashlight which is being shown by the American. Then he closed the partition. That night he slept and he just closed the gates. He closed just Dr. Sudhir has closed the partition and everything, and he just come to his bedroom and slept. You say the man escaped, the journal asks faintly. Now, what is here, children? Dr. Sudhao has told the journal. Okay, he told that the man has been escaped. Okay, you say the man escaped, the journal said faintly. The journal said that, what are you saying? You're saying that the man had been escaped. He had been operated upon a week before, an emergency operation to which Sudhao had been called at night. Now, who is here? The journal. Okay, now what happened, there was an emergency and this journal has undergoing to some pain, and that's why Dr. Sudhir was called at a night. One night Dr. Sudhir was been called and the Dr. Sudhir had done the operation, an emergency operation to this journal. So when he just woke up from that operation, that time Dr. Sudhir told him that the that prisoner, that American, he just escaped. Okay, the gallbladder was much involved. Now, what for 12 hours, Sudhir had not been sure that the journal would live. The gallbladder was much involved. Now, what is there, children, for 12 hours? Okay, after the operation, the situation was very critical for journal. Okay, and even Dr. Sudhir was not sure that the journal will live or not. Okay, and the Dr. Sudhir has done the operation of his gallbladder. Okay, then the old man had begun to breathe deeply again and to demand food. Now, after 12 hours, he just recovered and he started asking for food. Okay, Sudhir had not been able to ask about this, and so far he knew that they have never come. Sudhir was not able to ask about that person because he know that they had never came. They never came to his house. Okay, the servants had returned, and Uni had cleaned the guest room thoroughly and had burnt sulfur in it to get the white man smell out of it. Now, what is there when the white man had gone? All the servants came back, and what did Uni did? He just burned the sulfur inside the room just to get rid of that smell of the white man. Okay, nobody said anything. Only the gardener was cross because he has got behind with his chrysanthemums. These are the kind of flowers. Okay, nobody is discussing about the American, not even the servants and not even the couple also. Only the gardener, he was cross means angry. He was angry, and what is the reason of his anger? Because of he was not able to take care of his plants, especially his chrysanthemums. Okay, so that's why he was a little angry. But after a week, Sudhir felt the journal was well enough to be spoken to about the prisoner. After a week, the Sudhir, he started feeling that now journal is well, and he spoke to journal about the prisoner. Yes, Excellency, he escaped. Sudhir said. He coughed, signifying that he had not said at all he might have said, but was unwilling to disturb the journal further. Now, what is there? He said that, yes, Excellency, he had escaped. Okay, so he cuffed who? And this Dr. Sudhao. Okay, he cuffed because he wants to say more to this journal. He wants to discuss more. But what did the journal feel? He just closed his eyes. Okay, so when he closed, this journal has had closed his eyes. So that time, Dr. Sudhao, okay, he thought that journal don't want to listen anything. So he decided not to disturb the journal. But the old man opened his eyes suddenly. That prisoner, he said with some energy, did I not promise you that I would kill him for you? Then, when when Dr. Sudhir decided that he is not going to disturb the journal any further, and he decided to go. At that time, this old man, he just opened his eyes. This journal opened his eyes, and he said that I think I have promised you that I will kill that prisoner. Okay, you did, Excellency, Sudhir said. Well, the old man said in a tone of amazement. Now, what did Dr. Sudhir said? Okay, yes, Excellency, I'm talking about that prisoner only. And you told that you will you will send somebody to kill him. Okay. So he said that, the old man said in a tone of amazement. So did I, but you see, I was suffering a good deal. Now, what did the journal said? He said that, yes, I know, I have promised. Okay. But the thing is this, that I'm suffering myself with this disease. Okay. I'm suffering with this disease. I was in pain. The truth is, I thought of nothing but myself. In short, I forgot my promise to you. What he said that the truth is this. Now the journalist saying the truth is this, that I just become selfish for some time. I'm just thinking of myself. I'm just thinking of my pain. So that's why I just forgot the promise that I made to you. Okay. I wondered, Your Excellency, Sudhav Mamad. Now Sudhav has Sudhav know this thing, okay, that now the journal is accepting his fault. Fine. So he also continued with that. He said, I wondered that how you're able to forget this thing. Okay, it was certainly very careless of me, said the journal. Journal said that yes, I know it is very careless of me. But you understand, it was not lack of patriotism or declaration of duty. He said, but this is not because that I am not patriotic or I am just get ignoring my duty towards my country. I'm not doing this thing. He looked anxiously at his doctor. If the matter should come out, you would understand that, wouldn't you? Now, what is there? The mistake is done by the journal also. Okay, so he told Dr. Sudhav. He looked at Dr. Sudhav and he said that, are you able to understand if this matter is going to come out, what is going to happen? It means he's warning Dr. Sudhav that don't tell about all these things to anyone. Okay, certainly, Your Excellency, Sudhav said. Sudhav said, yes, sir. Of course, I can understand. Okay, this matter should be closed. Okay, he suddenly comprehended the journal was in the palm of his hand, that as a consequences he himself was perfectly safe. Now the Dr. Sudhav realized this thing, that now journal had also committed a mistake. So of course he will never, he don't want that matter to be come out, because he knows this thing, that's Dr. Sudhav, and as well as journal knows this thing, that if matter will come out, then he would also be punished. Okay, so when the journal has done a mistake, of course now Dr. Sudhav knows this thing, that he is also safe. Okay, I can swear on your loyalty, Excellency, he said to the old journal, and to your zeal against the enemy. He said, sir, I know you are so much devoted towards your country, and I know your loyalty towards your country. He said that I know that this is all because of the pain, because of the disease you are suffering. So don't worry, the matter will never come out. Okay. You are a good man, the journal murmured and closed his eyes. You will be rewarded. Now, journal said that you are a very good man and I will certainly give you a reward. But Sudhav, searching the spot of a black in the toilet seat that night, had his reward. But Sudhav had got his reward. After a week, when he was searching for the light, okay, he didn't see any light on from the island, any signal from the island, he got his reward. There was no prick of a light in the dust. No one was on the island. His prisoner was gone, save doubtless, for he had warned him to wait for a Korean fishing boat. It means the prisoner was not there. It means he left. Okay, he left that island. But he had a doubt. The Dr. Sudhav had a doubt that might be he has taken a Korean fishing boat. Okay. He stood for a moment at the veranda, gazing out of the sea from whence the man had come that other night. Now he was standing on the veranda and he's gazing towards the direction from where that man came. And into his mind, although without reason, there came other white faces he had known. The professor at whose house he met Hannah, a dull man, and his wife had been a silly, talkative woman, in spite of her wish to be kind. Now, first of all, he just remember the face of an American professor, his wife, who is very talkative, okay, in spite of being, she wants to be very kind. He remembered the old teacher of anatomy who had been so insistent on mercy with the knife, and then he remembered the face of his flat and slattered landlady. He remembered the face of his teacher, okay, and then he just remembered the face of his landlady, who is flat and very dirty. He had had great difficulty in finding a place in America because he was a Japanese. Now, what is there? Now he started thinking about all those things which happened in America. Okay, he remembered that he had a great difficulty in finding a place in America because he was a Japanese, and Americans were full of prejudice. It had been bitter to live in it, knowing himself their superior. How he had despised the ignorant and dirty old woman who had at last consented to house him in her miserable home. He remembered that it is very difficult to find a room in America. Why? What is the reason behind it? Because of the the reason was because of the racial discrimination. He remembered his dirty old landlady, okay, who finally agreed to just give a house to him, a home to him. He had once tried to be grateful to her because she had in his last year nursed him through an influenza. But it was difficult, for she has no less repulsive to him in her kindness. Now he remembered his youthful act faced of his prisoner, white and repulsive. Strange, he thought, I wonder why I could not kill him. Now he remembered what? Now he remembered her face of his prisoner. He remembered that how his landlady never wants to be kind to him. And now he remembered the face of his prisoner, and he now